And my students, our lesson today about the rotation. There are many types of rotation. We're gonna talk about the first type. If he asks me the image of a point A, X, Y by make rotation, this it means rotation around origin point O with angle 90 degree. It is equivalent with rotation around origin point with angle negative 270 degree. How to find the image A dash? In this case, we change the position of both X and Y like that, and change the sign of the first part to be negative Y, X. For example, if he asks me to find the image of a point A, negative 3,7 by rotation around the origin point with angle 90 degree, it will be equals what? Yes, we change both position to be 7, negative 3, and don't forget to change the sign of 7 to be negative 7, negative 3. The second part, if he asks me to make rotation or to find the image of point A, X, Y by rotation around the origin point with angle negative 90 degree, it is equivalent with rotation around the origin point with angle positive 270 degree. But in this case, we change the position of X and Y and change the sign of the second coordinate, which is X. This is the opposite of this previous exercise, like that. If I ask you to make rotation around the origin point with angle 90, I told you before we change both position X and Y and change the sign of what? Of the first coordinate to be negative Y, X. But in this part, I told you to change the position of X and Y and change the sign of what? Of the second part, negative X. Example, if he asks me to find the image of a point A4, negative 6 by rotation around the origin point with angle negative 90 degree, we change the position negative 6, it will be negative 6, 4, and change the sign of 4 to be negative 4. And if he asks me the third type of rotation to find the image of point A by rotation around the origin point with angle positive 180 degree or negative 180 degree, what we can do? We keep the position X and Y as it, but it change both sign to be A dash negative X, negative Y. For example, if he asks me to find the image of a point A, negative 5, 7 by rotation around the origin point with negative 180 degree, it will be changed only the sign, negative 5 to be 5 and 7 to be negative 7. Finally, there are some notes we're gonna talk about it. The first one, if he asks me the image of a point A, X, Y by make rotation around the origin point with angle 306 degree or negative 306 degree, both of them are the same. It will be the image the same of the original point, like that. A dash stay as it, X, Y. Example, the image of a point A, negative 2, 8 by rotation around the origin point with angle 360, it will be A dash the same point, negative 2, 8. The second note, the reflection we have studied it before, the reflection in the x-axis and in the y-axis. But in this part, we're gonna talk about the reflection in the origin point. Is the same if we want to make rotation around the origin point with angle 180 degree or negative 180 degree. Both of them are the same. Example, if he asks me the image of a point negative 5, 9 by reflection in the origin point, it will be equals what? We only change both signs as we have studied before in the rotation 180 degree or negative 180.